Morning to you. It's Monday, the 21st of May, 2018. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom Talk. I've got a new gadget. Can you tell what it is? Now, you'll know if you watched the show yesterday, you will have known. So you've got to watch them all, dear. Don't miss one out, because then you don't know what's going on in the world. Right, you ready? Listen. Oh, maybe I'll bring it a bit closer. Right. What's this? Can you hear that all right? Listen again. I'll move it a little bit closer to the microphone. 1 minute. Oh, no, I'll move the microphone down. Right. Ready? Yes. Come on, what's that? It's my new gadget, boys and girls. You have to guess what my new gadget is. Oh, yes. Also on the show today at 10 o'clock, as always, on a Monday morning, I'll be doing my music and chat show. So I would like, please, 6 requests of music. Now, don't choose something that no one's ever heard of. That's not what my little music and chat show is about. At 10 o'clock every Monday morning, I do a music and chat show at reachonair.com. And on our chat show before that, which is what we're doing now, I ask you if you would like a record played. How exciting is that? Yes, I know. I know that you've got Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube and all that, and you can do it yourself. I know that, but it's quite nice to say, oh, and a very good morning to Mary, who's listening in Talk Farm this morning, and we're playing this one for her. And keep your hair on, Mary. That's what we do, okay? So if you want a music request, I can take the first 5 from now. So if you want a music request, but please don't ask unless you're going to listen to it, because that's just stealing something from someone, isn't it? Stealing something from someone else who wants to listen, and you've nicked their place. So if you're going to listen to the music and chat show, please ask for a song, and I'll do my best to dig it out for you, all right? Nice day yesterday, apart from... Oh, let's see if anyone's guessed what that is. First of all, Gustav got the first message in this morning on the Facebook Live. Good morning, Gustav. Hope you're well. Is there a prize? No prize. It's just the fact that you've managed to get your little name at the top of the list, Gustav. And let's be honest, it's been a long time since you were first, isn't it? You know, it has been a long time since you were first in anyone's life at all. So congratulations for getting to the top of the queue. Although not the top of the wedding list queue, was it really? Good morning to Mark Cording. Morning. I had a brilliant time last night. I shall tell you about that in a moment. The delightful Jess Francis, who was, she was so wonderful to me. She used to be one of the bar ladies at the Golden Lion in Camden before she left. And to be replaced by someone who's replaced by another couple of people after you who were nice, but they didn't have they didn't look after me, lovey. Tables were not ready. Tea was not ready. And there were no biscuits. Since you left, Jess, there were no biscuits in the Golden Lion after you, my love. That's why I had to leave. No more biscuits. Good morning, Jess. Morning, Andy Baker. Jack Carroll. Where were you last night? Now, Jack, always at the top of the Facebook post, you should be able to see. I title them. I title them where they are. Can you have a look and see if you can see that, Jack? Because there's been a couple of people ask recently. Example, when I'm doing this show sometimes, someone will come up and say, what's this show about? Well, the title gives you a clue at the top. It says talk show. Do you know what I mean? It's a talking show. Now, Jack, with the karaoke, I always put at the top, karaoke from. Can you go back and have a look at the video you were looking at yesterday? Because I don't know, maybe you can't see that. And if you can't see that, neither can anyone else. Maybe it's only me that can see what I've typed in. Does it say at the top, karaoke from the Pyrotechnics? Because that's what it should say. Could you have a look for us, Jack, and let us know, please? Thank you. And good morning to you. It certainly wasn't at Central Station last night. That's Monday and Friday. If you're new to the show, welcome along. We stream our karaoke nights Monday, Friday and Sunday now on Facebook Live. And sometimes YouTube as well, okay? And last night one was at the Pyrotechnics in Nunhead, which was excellent. I'll tell you about that in a moment. Good morning to Tom Gully from Dallas in Texas. Yeah, baby. Only one of the best TV shows of all time, Dallas, with the great J.R. Ewing, sadly no longer with us. May his heart rest in peace. Such a nice man, dear. Bobby Ewing and a lady I've met in the past, Sue Ellen Ewing. Yes, I have met Linda Gray. Oh, I miss Dallas so much. I thought the remake was great. Have I mentioned that I met Linda Gray before? Sue Ellen from Dallas. Oh yes, outside Wimbledon Theatre a few years ago now. One of the highlights of my life. The second highlight of my life, being able to come and talk to you every morning. Good morning, Tom. Hope you're well in Dallas. Morning to Danny Gibbs. He's up in Grimsby. Perhaps not as famous as Dallas, possibly. Grimsby, possibly not as nice weather. I'm not sure what the weather between Dallas and Grimsby, if they're very similar at all, but he likes it up there, and that's important. That Danny will be going on for his daily walk along the beach later on, seeing if anyone's left a few cigarette ends or something like that for him to pick up off the beach, and he picks up cigarette ends and he breaks them up and rolls them back together again to make a new one. I mean, recycling is what it's all about these days. Well done, Danny. Andy Baker, Prince Purple Rain, please. That's a good one. Oh, hang on, isn't that 10 minutes long, Andy? Blimey. Or that's like the people that karaoke that choose 7-minute songs. I need to put a ban on those. There's a couple of people who are choosing very long songs, and they choose them at the end of the night. When you're trying to get through as many as you possibly can, because there's a list, if the list goes over, then you have to stop there, and those people below don't get to sing whichever song it is, because someone has put in a song that's like 7 or 8 minutes long. It's outrageous. Bed of Roses is one. What's the other one? Bed of Roses, and there's a Meatloaf one that goes on and on and on. Christ. And I don't mind that there's some fantastic singers. But after 8 minutes, you've had enough of the same old song, haven't you? It's like this show. Most people are gone within the 30 seconds. They've had enough. It's true. Right, Andy, what's that? Andy Baker's one? Purple Rain, okay? That's one gone. 4 more to go. What else have we got? Good morning to Sarah Lou Lace. Good morning, Sarah Lou. Paranoid Black Sabbath. You're not having that, Gustav. Don't be so blooming stupid. No. Absolute Black Sabbath. Come on. Choose something sensible, dear. No, not playing it. Not Hey, look. You were all excited at the beginning of the show because you got the first message in. Now I've upset you now because I'm not playing Paranoid Black Sabbath. Do you really think that fits in with the show, dear? That's like That's like me asking you to wear a Primark suit. Exactly. No. Mark, can you play Conga? Gloria Estefan. Conga. Gloria Estefan for Mark Cording. Thank you, Mark. Morning, Mark Cording. Good morning to Alan Russell. Good morning, Alan. The Black Beauty theme. Well, I can play the Black Beauty theme and talk over it. Hang on. Because I often do that. Black Beauty theme. I've got that here. One moment, please. Now, where is that? Black Beauty. Da, 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 da. Where is it? There it is. There it is. I'll play this and talk over it later. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, I love it. Oh, that little horse. Yeah, okay. I'll play that. I'll talk over that for you later, Alan. Now, Alan's been a very naughty boy because I spotted on his Facebook wall this morning, this is Alan Russell who's with us this morning, he says, and he posted this last night, 7 hours ago, it says, so that was 9876543. Well, 2 o'clock in the morning you posted it. Well, for a start, you got no business going outside at that time, Alan. What business have you got walking around the streets of London, is it Hackney, at 2 o'clock in the morning? And he posted, just feared for my life. This is on Alan's Facebook wall last night, okay? He's with us this morning. Just feared for my life. Just got chased by a gang of guys in Mare Street, but managed to get away. Thank God, what is this world coming from? So he's been chased by a load of lads last night on his way home. And my answer to that, stop touching them then, and they won't chase you. If you go up to groups of lads in streets with hoodies, possibly knives and guns, and you touch them, expect to be chased, dear. That's how it is. You must learn to keep your hands to yourself, lovey. That's why it is, Alan. Do be careful in future. Thank you. That is the only advice I can give to you. Either stay at home or don't touch lads that you don't know without their permission. That's what happened. You know, I can only dream of being chased by groups of lads. I mean, what are you moaning about? For God's sake, man. Tom says, I love the Dallas theme. I used to work in one of the buildings featured in the opening sequence of Dallas. What, South Fork? Wow. I've just heard the BBC is making a major time drama called Grimsby. Oh, that'd be good, wouldn't it? And now on BBC One, Grimsby. I wonder what the music would be like. It wouldn't be happy and loud like that. It would be a little bit Coronation Street EastEnders, wouldn't it? Depressing. Here could be the theme music to Grimsby. We could have words to it sung badly by a karaoke singer, like one of those that sings I Will Always Love You or something depressing. We get one of our depressing song karaoke singers to do it. That's what we do. The new series of Grimsby coming soon to BBC One Colour. Danny's, it's Cleethorpes and it's beautiful here today. Well, we could look. Should we name it Grimsby or Cleethorpes? Because Cleethorpes is only down the road from Grimsby, you see. Danny's pretending that Cleethorpes is like the posh area of Grimsby. There are no posh areas of Grimsby. I'm telling you that now, love. It's all very, very depressing. I've got to be honest. I've been considering, as some of you know, I've been considering a little bit of a move up north. And one of the things I typed in was Lincolnshire Wolds, which is it's not on top of my sister, but it's sort of around that area. And within the Lincolnshire Wolds, up comes Grimsby, actually. And you want to see what you can get for your money up there. I mean, beautiful little places. Absolutely lovely little places with massive gardens. And, I mean, a third of the price of what my house is down here. You know, because down south, we've got all the money down here. We got all the houses and all the money down. They haven't got that up north. So if you go from south to north, you're quids in, aren't you? You know, and I could spend the money on someone, couldn't I? I could spend that. Perhaps it could be you. It could be you, as they used to say in the British Telecom adverts. Good morning to Angela Waters in Sydney, Australia. Good morning. Ray Reynolds is there. Good morning, Ray. Adrian Richardson. Good morning. Tom says, Meatloaf Paradise by the Dashboard Light. Is that a long one? Oh, Christ, that's another long one. I mean, you know, if I do my show and play long songs like that, I won't have time to talk to you. Won't have time to talk. It'd just be music. You might as well have a CD on. Or listen to Heart FM, or Capital, where they don't really talk proper, do they? Just read stuff out all the time. Purple Rain, we've got Purple Rain. Oh, Adrian wants that as well. 2 people asking for Purple Rain. Hang on, but Adrian... There we are. Let me write these down so I'll do these later. So we've got 2 songs so far. I haven't got any more. Good morning to Mudgerhead. Morning, welcome to the show, Mudgerhead. John Cooper. Good morning, John. What's this? Click One TV star. What is that? Is that a message for me? I don't know what that says there, John. What does that say? Don't know what that says. Bohemian Rhapsody, thank you. That's not too long, that one, is it? Bohemian Rhapsody for Gustav. And we got one. Oh, John Cooper says purple. Lots of people asking for Purple Rain today. Has something happened? Has something happened I don't know about? Has like one of the singers died or something in the band? 3 people are asking for Purple Rain this morning. There we are. Okay, over on the YouTube, a very good morning to Claire, who turned up again at the karaoke last night at the Pyrotechnics. Thank you very much for saying it's a lovely evening. Paul Mosley, Chris and Claire are wishing a very good day. Beautiful. A Blur song for Paul. Okay. Paul Mosley. Blur song. Yep, we got that. We got a Blur song. Something about a house. Country house. Country house. In the country. In the country. Let's do that one. Country house, I think, off the top of my head. Girls and Boys or your Park Life. Let's do Park Life. Park Life or Park Life. I'll see what I've got. Or what was the other one? Country Park Life. Oh, it's jumped up now. Or Park Life. Park Life. Thank you. Park Life. Got that there. A Country House is all right as well. And good morning to Joanna. Is it everyone I said hello this morning? Wired for Sound. Cliff Richard. Thank you, Alan. Wired for Sound. Yeah. Wired for Sound. My favourite Cliff Richard one was sort of an 80s one. You know, it's so funny how we don't talk anymore. Right, we got all our songs. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got 5 now. Thank you. Lines are now closed. Boo! They always have a little bit of a noise like that, don't they, when they say, lines are now closed. Boo! Please do not call again, as you may be charged for the call and your vote will not count. Not that anyone voted for the British Eurovision entry, but there we go. That's another thing altogether. Good. So let us move on, boys and girls. So no one guessed what this was. Look, it's my new electric toothbrush. Yeah. And the good news is the heads that I had for the old one all fit this. Look, they're exactly the same. Look. Here's the old one, which I've had about 5 or 6 years, I suppose, so they last quite a long time. Look exactly the same, except this one has got encrusted now with bacteria and stuff that has exited from my mouth onto the end of the toothbrush. And here is the brand new sparkling toothbrush. £40 that. 40 quid, which is okay. They had various different ones in there. Anything from sort of about £15 upwards. My God, in our Sainsbury's up the road, not my favourite of supermarkets, although I have to say it was all right in there today. Miserable customers and staff in there in Sainsbury's. Really don't like it at all. But there you go. They have an Argos in there as well. And I looked in the Argos catalogue book before I went into the main Sainsbury's. Because as you go in, on the left is Argos, which is staffed by many uninterested young people who clearly don't actually want to be there. Most of the time, they're looking completely bemused. Are they millennials? No, they're too young to be millennials. What are they after millennials? What? What are they called after millennials? They look completely, totally and uninterested in anything they are doing whatsoever and are looking generally at the computer screen. And if you try to have a joke with them, they just don't get it. They don't understand why you are talking to them about something that is not to do with an order. Have you noticed that? There's about 4 of them in there. And they're there. Usually, it's not very busy either, the Argos within the Sainsbury's. Now, they used to have an Argos in home base. Well, that's gone now. They've taken them out of the home bases. They weren't there very long. But what I don't get is this Argos is, as I say, in Sainsbury's. As you go in, it's on the left to Sainsbury's in Bracknell. There's the Argos there. And it's small. You know, so you've got this book there, which is, I don't know, 3,000 pages long. They can't possibly have everything in that little room. I mean, it's not that big. The little room that you're ordering the stuff from. So how does that work? Because the last thing you want to do is go in there and say, oh, I love this. That. Oh, well, we'll get that for you tomorrow. No, I want it now. Might as well order it on Amazon if I want it tomorrow. I don't get that. Anyway, so I looked in the Argos catalogue. My God, there's toothbrushes in the Argos catalogue that are like 220 quid, 240 quid. For a toothbrush? Are you for real? Who buys a toothbrush that is 220, 240 quid? I can't believe there's anyone watching this show now or listening to it who would spend 220 quid on a toothbrush. That's madness. So this is a 3D one. It goes and it goes and it goes and it pushes up like that. Really, My dentist has told me on the last few visits, Mo the dentist, he's a nice bloke. Mo the dentist has told me that I want to consider going back to a manual toothbrush because I press too hard and I'm literally wearing my gums away. But it's so nice, isn't it? It's so nice to get with the toothbrush on and then your mouth is all nice and tingly and clean and nice. I should brush my teeth really before I come to work after I've had one of my heavily laden garlic dishes. At the moment, I'm having my campfire stew that I did Saturday. There's some left over in the fridge and I freeze some of it. And that contains an entire bag of garlic. And certain... there was a couple of nice people that come along to the karaoke and will inform me, oh, Chris, I think you need to have one of your mints because... Have you ever been kissed by someone? You know, properly, not like, you know, one of those. Have you ever been? Have you ever been kissed by someone who's just had garlic, or worse, cheese and onion crisps? Cheese and onion crisps, huh? I see them in nightclubs. Young people who are sitting there eating bags of cheese and onion crisps, and then they try and kiss each other. Oh, God. Cheese and onion crisps, delightful. I've had one. How many bags of those have I had this year? 1, 2. I used to have 2 bags a day. Cheese and onion crisps. Now I'm down to about 4 a year. Got to keep on the slimming world. Slimming world. So I got me toothbrush yesterday. Oh, hang on. Let's see what people are saying. Okay, John, that's all right, mate. Purple Rain. I've got Purple Rain, John, so I'll play that later for you. Wild for Sound. Where are we going on? Let's get a summer tune on. Have you heard Summer Holidays back with Bobby Crush and Ray Quinn? Oh, really? What, as a show somewhere? We're all going on I love that bus. Wouldn't it be great to drive a London bus, don't you think? I mean, I think I could do better than some of these bods who are blooming driving them now. Horrendous. I don't think they're trained properly anymore. Awful. That'd be great to drive a proper old London bus, you know, without the door on the back. A Route Master, because you know they never had power steering. My God, how on earth they turned those wheels, I do not know. Used to get on one going to school, number 80. Oh, no, it wasn't a Route Master. That was one with the folding up doors. I'd love to drive a bus. You can do that, can't you? You can do that as an experience. One of those red letter days or something like that. You can book to drive a London bus, and I think you get to skid it as well. We do like skid marks on the road, don't we? Not so much in the toilet. That's just not pleasant at all, especially at this time of the morning, talking about that while you're trying to have your breakfast, yes. Alan, who won the Raffle last night and what was... Oh, there's several prizes, Alan. I'll come to the Raffle in a moment. There's several prizes. Apparently, Gustav says, after millennials, it's Generation Y. Well, Generation Y, they're just bemused by everything going on around them because they don't get why all the millennials are offended because they haven't got to that stage in their lives yet. And they're still trying to grasp what people are talking about around them. They don't really have a clue what's going on, especially the staff in Argos. You know, oh, hello, mate. Can you help us at all? Yeah. That's like a robot. And then for one moment, they have had to raise their eyes from their mobile phones to look at you. And it's too much for them. Generation Y. Quickly, they look straight back down again in case they've missed a message coming through in the last nanosecond. Tap, 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 tap. Walking across the roads. Well, to be fair, it's not just Generation Y doing that. There's a lot of people walking out on roads with earphones and staring into their phones. The Bonanza theme song. I know that one. Dun 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 dun. I don't know if that's on there, but if it's not, I'll get that as a backing track for me to talk over. All right, Angela. There we are. Thank you. Tom says Generation Z or iGen or iGeneration is the group that follows the millennials. Is it right? Okay. Angela, did you see my page as me dressed up as the Queen of Hearts? No. What is this page, Angela? Oh, talking of pages and things on Facebook, I'm going to have to go through the groups again. People keep adding me to groups, and you can't just keep adding and adding groups to your sort of list. It becomes impossible to sort of work out what's going on. When I do the show, when we first start the show in the morning, I share it to various different groups. And for it to work, I've got to be on as few groups as possible, just the ones where I can click share, 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 share. Otherwise, you're going through it and it takes forever to do. So does anyone else find that people keep adding them to groups that they don't really want to be members of all the time, or that sort of interfere with your day-to-day activities? Yes. Sarah says, after the millennials, there are entitled ungrateful bastards. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Be happy you have a frigging job and look after your customers. You're absolutely right, Sarah. You're absolutely... And they are totally entitled. I think someone in university is telling them that they can be and do anything they want. Not the case, because they come out of university full of it. Full of it. You know what I mean, Sarah? Full of it. And then they suddenly realise that all this stuff at the university, them telling they could be whatever they want and have whatever they want, is not true. And they get very angry and are offended. Not as offended perhaps as the millennials, but nevertheless offended. They are. Apparently I'm a wombat. My cousin's wife, who's Australian, when she was a little girl, she told me this story the last time I was over there, for about 5 or 6 years ago now. And she told me this story. When she was a little girl, she's terrified of wombats. These are little furry animals. Because one day she was walking home and one appeared in the middle of the road. So she stopped and it stopped. She moved to the right, it moved to the right, and she couldn't get past the wombat. So she's... Oh, I dropped my pen. So she's terrified of wombats. I've never met one myself. Can you have them as pets, wombats, or koala bears? Such gentle creatures, little koala bears. They've got nasty claws, koala bears, because they have to climb up the trees, don't they? Like the squirrels round here. Have you ever seen a squirrel's nails? Evil things, evil things. Cigarette kisses are the worst for me. Oh, when they have a cigarette or 2 or 10 or 20 and try and kiss you, don't they? Did you have cake last night? I'll come to that in a moment, Adrian. Summer Holiday Musical is at Bromley Theatre. Oh, it's only on for a week? Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? We're all going on a summer holiday. Old, what's his name again? Bobby Crush looks a bit different now, doesn't he? From when he won the Opportunity Knocks back in the 1970s. That was before you. I saw him win that, Mark. It's Opportunity Knocks. And here's your host, Mr. Huey Green. From Thames, in colour. Yes. Thank you. Good morning, Shane Cameron. A wombat eats riots and leaves. What's a riot? Oh, roots. It eats roots and leaves. Okay, good morning to SOS Gregorian joining us this morning as well. So last night's karaoke, as I say, I sat in the sun yesterday after I bought my new electric toothbrush, Oral B. And then I went to bed, had a little sleep, and then I left for work. Now, we changed the times, the start time yesterday, so we could go on an hour later. So last night, we did 7:30 till to 10:30. And I must say, the time went incredibly quickly in there last night. And I left here at 7:30, 6:30. What time did I leave it? I left here about 5... At 7:30, I left here about 4:45 yesterday, and I have to say the traffic was horrendous. Now, I already sit in traffic 3 times a week, right, for 2 hours getting to work, and it's a nightmare. The last thing I want is to do that another day a week. So yesterday the traffic was really bad, and I've got to tell you, I rang up not the owner of the place, but Michael, who's arranged all that. Michael's the one who wears all the coloured outfits. Okay, he's the one that put all this together. And I said, look, Michael, I can't do this. I said, well, you're going to have to find someone else. This is on the way here. So I'm on my hands-free phone. I said, I cannot sit in this traffic for 2 hours on a Sunday afternoon. I said, this is doing my head in. And it's all stop-start. It's all stop-start. There's people doing 20 mile an hour on the roads because they only bring their cars out on a Sunday. It's bad enough during the week. Bad enough, but on a Sunday, as well as being a lot of traffic, they can't drive either. Right? Anyway, got there eventually after this horrendous traffic trying to get there. For 7:30, I was there at 7, which is enough time to set up. I can be set up and going in 20 minutes. The thing is, I like to be at somewhere 45 minutes before I'm due to start, not half hour. 45 minutes. So I'm panicking. Once you get in that traffic for so long and it's not moving, you're looking at the time and thinking, oh God, I'm going to be late. I am in blind panic if I think I'm going to be late. I can't bear lateness. I hate it. I really hate lateness. And there's people around who are quite blasé about it. Oh, it don't matter. Give them a ring and they'll be fine about it. No, I can't be late. I'm sure one or two of you can understand where I'm coming from here. There's plenty of people out there who simply don't respect the fact that there's someone at the other end, whether it be an appointment for something or a show that they're supposed to be doing, who think it's perfectly acceptable to ring up and say, oh, I'm really sorry, I'm going to be 15 minutes late. No, not acceptable. You told 7:30. So 7:30 is the time that you must start. People have seen me at Central Station where I do it's my main job. I love it there. I love it there so much. But people have seen me at Central Station and they're trying to have a conversation while I'm trying to set up. But if I carry on talking to you, it's going to make the show late for everyone else that's sitting there. Please go away. And some people occasionally, they get a little bit of offended by that. Oh, well, I was only just coming up to talk to you. Yeah, but if I talk to you, everyone else is going to be let down. No, talk to me later. And I just hate lateness. So I was all over the place, really, on the way there. As soon as I got there, I was all right and set up and we got going. And we got going by 7:25, 5 minutes earlier than I should have started anyway. So that was okay. We had the regulars there nice and early. So 7:30 is when we started. Now, after discussing this with Michael, we're going to try and pull the start time back to 6:30, okay? But we will carry on as we are now doing until 10:30. So it's going to be 6:30 to 10:30. I haven't got the go-ahead for the extra hour at the beginning. We're going to move it back there because I think the fact that it started at 7:30 has made all the difference to the traffic because it weren't anywhere near as that bad last week. It was still bad, but not as bad. So we're going to try and pull back again to 6:30 and see if that improves the situation. If it does, all well and good, and we'll see how that goes, all right? We had some of our wonderful regulars in. We had the pub regulars in there last night. There's some good singers in that pub. Some lovely, lovely people, as well as regular karaoke singers. Maureen turned up. That surprised me. Now, Maureen has now got YouTube on her television, and she's been telling me that often she watches the show live. So if you're with us this morning, Maureen, a very good morning to you. Unfortunately, she can't interact with the show because she hasn't got anything to type with. She literally just has got YouTube on the television, so she watches it. So good morning, Maureen, and thank you for turning up last night. I hope you got home all right. I gather Mark looked after you and took you to the right bus stop and things like that. Kelly Kim turned up. Lovely Kelly Kim. We had Shy, Laura, Sky. Claire was there, who's on the YouTube this morning. She was there with her friend who doesn't sing. Very disappointed. We'll have to get your friend to sing sometime, Claire. Okay, Vince, Blakey, and Chew from Kent. Now, he travelled 2 hours to be there last night. Chew, C-H-U. And he comes from Seven Oaks. 2 hours it took him to get there last night. And he only sang one song because we were so busy. 22 singers in there last night. I couldn't believe it. For the second week, that ain't bad going. That's not bad going. 22 singers. Actually, 22 singers is a little bit too much because then people only sing a couple of times. Unless, of course, they're in there right early on, in which case I think some of the really early people got to sing 3 times. But these karaoke nights, once they start getting busy, if you want to sing more than a couple of times, then you need to be there sort of 8 o'clock. You know, if it's 8, or in that case, 6:30 next week. And then you'll sing 2, 3, maybe 4 times. Those people that come in sort of half an hour before the end are lucky to sing at all, actually. Sometimes it's so busy that we can't get anyone else in. But the later you come, the less you sing. So it's, it swings and roundabouts. What do you want? Do you want to sing a lot of times, or do you just want to sing once and have a couple of drinks? So it was lovely to see them all in there last night. On the way home, I listened to Nick Abbott on the radio. And now I've been a big fan of Nick Abbott's LBC show for some time now, I've got to say, because he was very funny. He was very funny, but something's happened to his show and it's just not making me laugh anymore. He's kind of swung really quite heavily to the left. And the last 2 days he's been going on and on about the royal wedding and how, how Harry goes on about poor people and then spends all this money on a wedding and all that business. And he's lost his amusement element, and it's a shame. It's a shame. I was a big fan of Nick Abbott for years and years, but he went on and on so much at the royal wedding yesterday, I turned it off. Or he goes on about Donald Trump or Brexit. That's about the whole of the show. He can do a whole show slagging off Donald Trump, whether you like him or not, that's neither here nor there, but a whole show on and on about the same thing, or Brexit. He goes on and on and on about Brexit all the time. And I'm afraid he's lost me as a fan, really, not listening anymore. I now put on a podcast of Clive Ball talking about mortgages or financial advice and that sort of thing. I put that on. Anyone else notice that with the Nick Abbott show on LBC? I'll be interested to know your comments on that, actually, to see if you're agreeing with me there or not. So that was on the way home. Got back home and had some dinner. The raffle last night consisted of various different prizes. My favourite prize is cakes. There's a baker close, I can't remember the name of the baker now, but there is a baker close by who provides not one but 2 boxes of 6 cakes. These are those, those cupcakey fairy type things, little sponge things with like, what do you call that? Not hard icing, like the soft icing twirled on top, and little things like Smarties or bits of chocolate. Oh my God. These cakes are to die for. Last week, a girl won 6 cakes. We had 6 cakes in a box last week. A girl won those. And I kept going on, can I have one of those cakes? No, wouldn't give me a cake. Would not give me a cake, this girl. Was very, very disappointed. No cake. Last night, Kelly Kim, well, there were 2 boxes of cakes, and I said to Michael, who's running the thing, I said, surely I can have one of those cakes, can I? He said, oh, well, we'll have one. So I managed to get a cake out of him. I got a cake, and then he opened the box and started handing the cakes around to other people. Mark, my God, you've never seen a cake disappear so fast from a box. Mark, who's with us this morning, Mark Cording, whoosh, it was gone. It was like a vulture. Grab this cake out of the box. They are to die for, these cakes. They're not like cakes in packets, dear. Oh, no, they are delicious, these cakes. And someone else, Kelly Kim, won the other 6 cakes, and I know her as a friend. I said, oh, Kelly Kim, I'm so pleased that you've won these cakes. Perhaps there might be a little one for me. And I had to ask 5 or 6 times, but eventually I got one out of her. So last night, I'm afraid I broke my Slimming World promise, and I had 2 cupcakes. Delicious. Delicious. There was a meal for 2. I think there was a free pub dinner as one of the prizes. And what else did we have? I think we had a free drink in there somewhere and all different things like that. I've got to say that the raffle is taking a bit too long. Michael's been a bit too long with the raffle, so I might have to do that myself. We want to pull the numbers out and get through it as quickly as possible because there's still people waiting to sing. On the raffle, the raffle took the place of 2 songs. That's how long it took. You've got to do these things quick. None of this sort of chatting to people on the blooming microphone. Pull the tickets and get on with it, dear. And let's carry on with the singing. So that was last night. I came back here, had some dinner. I watched an episode of Lost in Space, which I'm enjoying at the moment. Went to bed, got up this morning, and here we are, chatting away together. So there we are. Shane says, lovely. Oh, yes, I sang last night. What did I do? Kisses for you. Save your kisses for me. Save all your kisses for me. I did that last night. Joanna's the same as me. Can't be late. I can't be late, Joanna. Literally, if I'm on my way somewhere and it's an appointment or a job, okay, then it looks like I'm going to be late. I'm in pieces. And the funny thing is, I always leave enough time so that I won't be late. So sometimes in my head, the journey might be another 10 minutes, but I'm in traffic. And I know I can do this in 10 minutes, but I'm still in pieces because I can see the traffic in front of me. And I think, this is never, ever going to move. But people can't understand that. My best mate, he cannot get that. Like, my best mate, he carries me around sometimes, drives us around sometimes in the car because he likes driving. I'm a bit blasé about driving. Doesn't bother me, really. You know, I don't like driving in London during the daytime. So I might have an appointment. I have to go to the hospital in London a couple of times a year to have something checked out, right? And when I go, it might be like a 1 o'clock appointment, and he'll have his bloody sat-nav out. Right, okay, well, it says it's going to take us 45 minutes, so 1 o'clock, we'll leave at 12:15. Now, I tell you what, and he knows what I'm like with lateness, but he can't accept that. Can't accept that. And he said, well, we'll leave at 12:10, just to give you 5 minutes. No, we will leave at 11:45. Give yourself a minimum of half hour. I've left 2 hours before. So for a 1 o'clock appointment, I might leave at 11, knowing that the journey could take an hour. On the other hand, we go round the M25. What if that's snarled up? And you can sit in that for hours. I never forget going to my sister's once on a Friday afternoon. Oh my God. What a nightmare that was. Obviously, it was an appointment. So the time getting there was a little bit irrelevant, really, because it didn't matter. Okay? Not an appointment. Nevertheless, usually takes about 3 hours from here to get to my sister. Right? A Friday afternoon, I thought, well, I'll leave early to avoid the Friday night traffic. So I think I left here about 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday afternoon for a 3-hour journey. Went down the M3, joined the M25 at about 1:15, 1:20. Left the M25 at 8 p.m. I kid you not. Oh, it was awful. Can't bear being late. But people don't get it. They think it's quite acceptable to ring, I'm going to be late. You know, might have a 1 o'clock appointment, or I'm going to be late. And they think that's all right. The fact that everyone else in the queue is now going to be pushed back because of your inconsideration about other people's appointments, if neither here nor there to them. Mind you, he came unstuck once. Right, he turned up late at the dentist and they said, well, I'm afraid you're too late. We can't see you now. Good. I'm glad that happened. Serves you blooming right. You think everyone else is going to be inconvenienced because you couldn't be bothered to turn up on time, especially not with the NHS. Especially, you know how overstretched they are going into, and people that don't turn up. They don't even ring up and say, I can't make it today. They simply just don't go. This is where I think we should have a doctor charge. £10, I think, would be a fair price. £10 to charge to go and see the doctor. It would sort out all the non-appearances of appointments. I know what some of you are going to say now. Oh, what if there's a good reason? There can't be, a quarter of the people who have made appointments with good reasons. They just couldn't be bothered. They couldn't be bothered. And I'm afraid if some other people are inconvenienced by paying that £10 because of them, well, maybe they'll learn a lesson then. I think they should. They should absolutely charge £10 to go and visit a doctor. Then it would sort out all the people that don't bother turning up for appointments or are late. And it would also sort out the people that turn up there that shouldn't be there in the first place with cut fingers and sore throats. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Mark says, I have an idea how to do it when someone sings, just pull the 11 out. I have an idea how to do it when someone sings, just pull the 11. Mark, do you want to try that again? We don't know what you're talking about there, mate. What does that mean? When someone sings, just pull the 11 out. No, don't get that. Sorry. Try that again. Try that again there. Thank you, Angela. She sent a link for me. They got home in an hour last night, Maureen and Mark. That's not bad, is it? What, did you go home with Maureen? Oh, you're a dark horse, you are, Mark. You're a dark horse. It did look like Maureen had pulled last night. You're right, Andy. Yes, she looked quite happy about it. I said to her, you all right? Yeah, I'm fine. She was happy as a sandbag. Someone come and sang next to her, didn't you, Maureen? We thought you'd pulled. Okay. Good morning to Lenka, who says you're lucky you don't live in Spain. What happens in Spain, Lenka? Tell us what happened in Spain. Ah, yes, good idea, Mark. Yes. Yes, so what we could do, well done, Mark. Yes, I get it. We do the raffle. So we could start doing a raffle at like 9:45, couldn't we? And as singers come up and sing the songs, get them to pull a ticket, read the ticket out, and then bring the next singer in. That way it wouldn't stop. Good idea, Mark. Well done. Well done. We'll do that from next week then, hopefully, okay? Lenka says in Spain, being late is a rule. Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know that. Wow. What happens in Spain stays in Spain. Oh, no, Lenka, I can't bear lateness. Can't bear it. Joanna is always 45 minutes to an hour early as well. Exactly the same as me, aren't you, my love? Good. I've got another little Facebook profile update to read to you this morning. This is from my niece, Tracy Clifford. Apparently, her little girl, who's 4 years old now, Emily, so she writes, so yesterday, Emily and I went to her friend's party, and what did Ben, her husband, decide to do? Cut George's, great-nephew George, cut George's hair. My poor boy is now walking around with patchy hair and chunks missing. What on earth possessed her husband to try and cut their little boy's hair last night? It's not like they're saving money on it. My niece is a professional hairdresser. She's got her own salon. And her husband decides to cut great nephew's George's hair last night. Dear, dear me. Lenka says it's still hard to get used to people being late. I've lived here for 13 years and they are late. That would do my head in, Lenka. Oh, I can't bear it. Bear it. Students don't cancel. Students come late. And I absolutely agree with it. Isn't it awful, Lenka? You'd think people would stick to their times, wouldn't they? All right. One more story today. Where are we now? I mean, this is awful. It's in the Daily Mail this morning. Guests invited by Meghan Markle and Prince Harry to see them marry are already, this is awful, are already cashing in by selling their gift bags on eBay for 400 quid. Oh, come on. Come on, why would you do that? So you've gone to the wedding of the century, one of the weddings of the century. You've gone to one of the weddings of the century, given a gift, and you're selling it on eBay. What is wrong with people? What is wrong? They can't possibly need the money. There's a lot of rich people there. The canvas bags inscribed with the couple's initials were given to the 1,200 non-VIPs invited to spend the day outside St. George's Chapel in the grounds of Windsor Castle on Saturday. Each one was packed with a giant chocolate coin, a tin of shortbread, a fridge magnet and a voucher for 20% off in the castle shop to enjoy the day. A bottle of Windsor Castle water and a wedding programme were also included. But within hours of the royal wedding, dozens of the so-called community champions started auctioning these free gifts off to the highest bidder. And there's one there for £411. Royal Wedding Official Gift and Goodie Bag, Windsor. Oh, that's just... Why wouldn't you want to keep something like that? Many had clearly planned to do it and photographed the items outside St. George's Chapel. Mail Online has found at least 25 listings, ranging between 25 and 420 quid. One seller said, buy a piece of history and memorabilia to celebrate a momentous special day for Britain and the royal family. Oh, for God's sake. That's just awful, isn't it? Wouldn't you want to keep something like that forever? Hand it on to your grandchildren or something like that. Can't believe people would sell their wedding day memorabilia as given to them by the happy couple themselves, who are at this moment, I think they've gone on honeymoon now, haven't they? Where have they gone? Benidorm? I heard that they'd gone to Benidorm, you know, the Hotel L'Orange. They got a little room there on the 9th floor, haven't they? I think they went luxury and they get breakfast in the morning as well. You know, a croissant and a cup of coffee. Okay. Did they have a direct line to the reception? Oh, hello, it's Prince Harry here. Could we have an extra croissant? How much extra? Yes, that's fine. Are they in Benidorm? There's nothing wrong with Benidorm, dear. Nothing wrong with Benidorm. Thank you. Lenka says, I love this live chat. I've never seen this way of chatting. Oh, technology is great, isn't it? Alrighty, we're going to do today's birthdays and I've got to get ready for my music and chat show, gang. Okay, happy birthday this morning to John Moore, who's 46 years old. Good morning, John. Happy birthday to you. Gordon Haley, happy birthday, Gordon. Joanne McGivney is 41 years old today. Happy birthday, Joanne. Ruby V is a young 73 years old today. Wow, Ruby. Wow. Worked with that person many, many times in the past. Wonderful character. Happy birthday, Ruby. Sherree Link. Hello, Sherree. 49 years old today. All these people are getting older and older. Same as myself, who have been with the show now for quite some time. Happy birthday. Andy James Palmer, 45 years old today. Happy birthday, Andy. Mike Lauer, I beg your pardon, 46 today. Don Roos. Good morning, John. Don, happy birthday. I keep getting the words wrong here, Tom. Tom Lingard. Good morning, Tom. Young and 23 today. Lynn Levitt is 58 today. And Jason Winter's birthday as well. Happy birthday to you all, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Have a nice day, gang. Adrian, do they get scrambled egg in the room? What, Charles and Harry? Not Charles and Harry, Meghan and Harry. Is it Megan? I never get her name right. It's either Megan or Meghan. I think it's Meghan. Meghan and Harry are in on the 11th floor in Hotel L'Orange at Benidorm for their honeymoon. Have a lovely time. Chris says, come to Niagara Falls. Oh, that's a beautiful place. There's a place I'd like to see, Niagara Falls. I've seen the pictures. That is an amazing place, isn't it? It really is. Right, I must get my music and chat show ready, gang. I'll be with you at 10 o'clock. If you go to reachonair.com and click listen live, you'll be able to listen to my live music and chat show, which is a little bit of chat like this, not too much chat, and music as well, some of which you've chosen yourself. So I've got to sort that out in the next 15 minutes, and I'll be with you at 10 o'clock, reachonair.com. So in 15 minutes' time, reachonair.com, all right? Tonight I'll be hosting karaoke. If you're in the North London area, there it is. Join us at Central Station Bar, 37 Wharfdale Road in London, N19SD for karaoke, cheap drinks and karaoke every Monday night. That's tonight at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, from 8 until 11:30. Thanks very much for joining us, and I'll see you again very soon. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye now.